Oh, what happened? Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, non-identifying people, dogs, cats, every bird and animal on the planet, fish, whales, dolphins, all of you. Welcome to the Yum Tours channel and the soft skid mark. Tonight's episode, a full-on funeral. Yes, guys, I'll explain things shortly, but just so you know, tonight we're burying Mark. So put on your black attire, grab a drink, grab something to, don't grab tissues, this is a happy day. Hi Aussie flag. G'day Pookie T, good to see you again. Scout Inquirer, hello. Biscuit's happy, she's had treats. But yes, there comes a time with scam baiting when you know it's time to bury a scammer. And the time has come. Welcome, one and all, to the grand finale of the soft skidder, the soft skid mark. Oh, shut the fuck up. How's everybody doing? Hello, g'day. Wowzaroonies, we're in for a big night. Mark is around. He doesn't know yet, but he's about to get dumped. The reason why is because in the world of scam baiting, and for those of you watching this who haven't watched my channel before, and g'day to anyone who watches the replay, the whole point of being a scam baiter is we accept friend requests from scammers on Facebook if they're a romance scammer, or some people are scam baiters, they do text scams, online scams, phone scams. I go down the romance scammer route. There's a lot of reasons for that. One is I don't have the technology to deal with text scammers. Quite often the people that call my home number, when I dial them back, nothing happens. But I have a lot of success with the romance scammers who, although they do take a lot more of my time, it's a bit more of a lucrative style of scamming, and people who fall for those scams do hand over gigantic amounts of cash. Do it gently. Well, I'll be doing it with your direction, chat. You're all going to be helping me end it. So the reason it's time for us to bury Mark is, over the last couple of months, I've been wasting this scammer's time. He's been pretending to be a guy called Mark, a doctor, working on a contract with the UN in Yemen. A very, very typical scammer story. Usually there's a plot twist, like they normally have a kid who gets injured in some sort of horrible accident, ends up in hospital, and they ask you for money. It's a very common scam. And it's horrible because kind-hearted people who are starting to have feelings for these scammers are horrified that a child has been injured and has ended up in hospital, and they're usually in a hospital a long way away from wherever the scammer is. So this particular scammer's child is in an imaginary hospital. It's an imaginary child in America, and he's in Yemen, and people start sending them money. And he's been asking me for money for a long time. Now, I gave him a bit of a boner the other day because I said I was going to send him money today, and I haven't. There was a little plot twist. Pardon me. I'll just finish the whole point of scam baiting and then we'll talk about what's happened with this jerk. So, with a romance scammer, I waste their time. I try to make it entertaining for people who join in and watch. Chat get to direct a lot of it. It's a bit of a choose-your-own-adventure style of scam baiting. And my goal is to get information out of them that I can pass on to the ACCC Scam Watch division here in Australia, and then they can pass that information on to relevant authorities in other countries. And quite often these scammers, the little internet cafes in Nigeria get shut down. They often get arrested. All sorts of things happen. But one of the main things that happens is if you can get a bank account, it alerts a bank to an account that's been opened for fraudulent purposes, and they can freeze them. So that's kind of the golden egg with romance scamming. I often get email addresses, phone numbers, Facebook profiles, but a bank account is the golden egg. And I got a bank account. Not only did I get a bank account, but he also gave me, with the bank account details, I've got a name that the account was opened in, the name of the bank, the account number, the address of the bank, which is in New York, but also this thing called beneficiary address, which has an address which I've Googled. It does exist. It's even got an apartment number, and that's kind of interesting. So all of that information's going off to the ACCC, along with the email addresses and the phone numbers that I've previously been given from this prick. Pardon me. So his scam was the imaginary child Daniel at a military boarding school in the States. Was in a fetal car accident, as he said. The son is Daniel, and he's been pressuring me to send him $2,850 for weeks. I bought some time. My catfish name is Noreen. Noreen's a single mother of 6 children: Braden, Jaden, Bryson, Jason, Tyson, and Dorothy, also known as Dottie. She's divorced. Her husband, Bruce, still has feels for her. She's 45 years old, and she's a nurse and a Scientologist. Mark is 54, and like I said earlier, a doctor living in Yemen. He gave a lot of things away throughout my time scam baiting him, including several references to Nigerian cuisine, and they slip up a lot. So I'm pretty confident this guy's in West Africa and probably in Nigeria based on the little slip-ups along the way. And so, yeah, I told him as Noreen that I was going to get some money out of an investment. I said it was going to take 28 days. Then I messaged him the last time we were live and said I'd have the money for him on Monday. But there's a plot twist, everybody. I caught up with my friend Gavin. Noreen caught up with her friend Gavin, the lawyer, the human rights lawyer, last night. And he said to her, I think you're being scammed. You need to get this guy to sign some kind of document saying that he will repay you the money. So today, while Mark was getting a boner because he's expecting money to be transferred to him today, Noreen has thrown a spanner in the works, and he's not happy about that. Surprise, surprise. I'll also need to remind you, this is the scammer who called Noreen a bosh of pounded trash from Australia. We've had a pretty big fight before. He's been entertaining as well. We had fun with him. There was a night where I pretended I was in the nurse's station, and everyone came up with ideas on what to do with Mark when he comes to Australia, including Tanny, showing him her blowhole. He's actually been quite fun, which is why Mark is dangerous, and this is also why I'm glad I've got this info, but I also want to end it with him because he has an element of likability. Like, we know he's a scammer, so we already know he's a piece of shit. But to someone that's met this guy online, there's an element of likability about him. If he has to go off script, most scammers are not very good and they stick to a script no matter what you say. Any questions that you ask and they don't have an answer, they divert it somewhere else, or they just copy-paste romantic bullshit. This guy has done that, but he's also quite good fun when he's not on the script. So he's bad news. So wasting all of his time, which would be well in excess of 60 hours now, has been worth my while because it means somebody who might fall for his shit hasn't been honing in on them. So in a way, you might be thinking, well, should you end wasting his time because you're still stopping him from wasting an innocent person's time? But there's a point with scam baiting where you've just got to cut the cord. And my goal is always just to get the information I need for it to be worthwhile and then get rid of them, because they do take up a bit of time. Not that you're talking to them constantly in 6 or 8 or 10 hour blocks or anything like that. Sometimes things that I show you as where we were last time and updates, it might be half a dozen comments that took place over a week, but they still a part of your life and they can give you the shits. And he's got a really nasty streak, as they all have to. I mean, you have to have a nasty streak to rip off innocent people. So I think the time is nigh, and I'm hoping everyone in chat feels the same way. 4 a.m. Pookie. Thanks, Aussie Flag. I'm so excited that I got that information. So, yes, I think it's time we cut the cord with this jerk. We've had a lot of fun along the way. There'll be more scammers. And I've still got another one on the hook, so all isn't lost. I can start ramping things up on the hard Karen. I'm bummed that the soft vag didn't happen. I was briefly chatting to a scammer whose name was Vag. The opportunities for one-liners were fantastic. I was terribly excited about that and devastated when he got blocked on Facebook before we'd even moved over to Google Hangouts, which is another thing they do, another little tip for people. If you are chatting to someone online and you're like on Facebook and you're like, oh, this guy might not be a scammer, as soon as they say, have you got WhatsApp or Google Hangouts, alarm bells should be ringing. Because why wouldn't you just stay on Messenger? It's a really good platform. You can send photos and links and you can call each other. The reason they ask you to move over to Google Hangouts or WhatsApp is because they know their Facebook profiles get shut down and reported a lot, which is another good thing. So, yeah, on the one hand, I could keep wasting his time till the end of time, but on the other hand, and potentially stop an innocent victim falling for his shit. On the other hand, I really have no need to keep wasting his time. Unfortunately, someone else might fall for his stuff. I can't control that. But pissing him off when he's so close to thinking he's getting the money and having all of this really good information to send off to the ACCC, it's time for me to pull the pin. So let's bury the fucker. I'll just make sure when I screen share that I don't have the bank account details visible. Google Hangouts. And he is chatting to me at the moment too. So, well, he has been, which is why you'll all probably get to witness. Oh, this little hoodie's a bit hot. I'm taking it off. Thanks, Scanacry. Thank you all for being little co-pilots on this adventure. And like I said, there'll be more. I've also got my blog, as some of you know. I'll just pop the link in there in the chat. When I have downtime between scammers, I like to update their stories to my little blog. And I still really want to redo the start of the Soft 34 because that was absolutely hilarious. That was the one with Friedrich. A lot of people missed the start of that one. So, yeah, there's plenty of things to keep us entertained. So, immediately above the comment there from him when the money is sent, above that are the bank account details, the address, the name. Of course, none of it marries up with anything he's told me at all. They all have these bank accounts that they kind of don't really have a boss, but like if there's someone that's sort of running the internet cafe, they normally get someone to set up a bank account and that's where they launder all of the money. and they take a cut from these kids that are operating out of the cafes as well. But the benefit of getting a bank account is the banks freeze them and investigate, and usually there's enough information to identify who's behind a lot of these scams. So he's asked me to send a photo of the receipt for confirmation to the doctor. Well, funnily enough, I did find a receipt generator. Oops. I made a receipt to look like a bank receipt, but it didn't really look like that. And then I found like a receipt generator, like if you've just been to the shops. But I made it look like it was a bank one, and I had it all ready to send to him. But I'm not even going to bother. We're going to end him. We're going to end it. So, yeah, he asked for the receipt. So I did actually make one, but then I found a way to wriggle out of even having to give him that. So I messaged him back last night and said I was at Gavin's. Gavin's an imaginary human rights lawyer. He's drawing up a loan agreement for you to fill in and sign, and his secretary will type it up tomorrow. Once you return that, we'll get the money transferred. I'm driving home soon, so I'll be back in touch tomorrow. Sweet dreams. And he says, okay, honey, send it to me. Let me fill it out. Please, babe, do it as soon as possible. This guy is absolutely salivating to think that money is about to land in his bank account. I mean, why wouldn't you, you know? But I definitely want a T-shirt that says you're a bosh of pounded trash. That was Priceless. The other Priceless one was his romantic Catholic. I found that really funny too. There's always lots of T-shirt opportunities just because their grammar's so bad and they say the weirdest things. But, yeah, the bosh of pounded trash from Australia was a ripper. Probably my favourite scammer insult, but if Mark gets a little bit angry with me shortly, which I suspect he's going to, we might hear something even worse. Oh, there goes my Bluetooth speaker's had enough for the day. Then this just to give you an idea of how, like, they're just so manipulative and horrible. So he's like screenshot where I said I'd be going to the bank first thing on Monday. This was the last message you send me, and I have sent you the bank account. Now I do not understand what you are asking me to fill again. Tell me, what do you want me to fill again when you know already I am in Warfront right now? Please explain to me. There's that guilt-tripping, I'm in a Warfront, whatever. I said, hi, Mark, I'm just on a quick break. Okay, babe. I caught up with Gavin last night and he advised me to get a loan agreement as he's not comfortable with me sending the money without one. Babe, what? Who is Gavin in our relationship? He's my lawyer. I've told you about him before, and he didn't want me to send you any money at all. How do you expect me to go out and fill out all the document you are talking about? I reassured him you're the real deal and not a scammer, so he told me to get it in writing. You will pay me back. Do you really know I am in the Warfront, honey? I don't know why this is a problem. You said you're going to pay me back. Babe, you know that money is a little money. How insulting is that? He wants $2,850. That's not a little money. Like, I've never loaned a friend that amount of money, but if I did, I probably would get something like an IOU or something. You wouldn't just hand over that kind of money to someone you know without a little bit of an IOU or something in writing. I mean, I wouldn't lend a friend that much money anyway, because lending, what's the saying? You know, if you lend money to a friend, don't expect to see it ever again. If you do get anything back, it's a bonus. But it's certainly $2,850 isn't a little money to a scammer. I can tell you that right now. It's probably half of what they would earn a year in a reputable job. It might even be, I mean, when I was in Mongolia, we were with spending time with doctors in Mongolia who earn $550 a year. Hey, yep, so what? How you doing? It is an odd amount, Perky T. I think it's probably because there's a cut or something. I don't know how it came up with their figure, but we all know there's no way a kid that's been in a hospital in America for over a month, his bill would be $2,850. I don't think that'd even cover his admission fee. Well, just the first day of being in the hospital, it wouldn't even cover that. So, and this kid's had operations because internal bleeding and all that sort of shit. Anyway, we'll continue on. Yeah, it is a really weird amount, but I think, I don't know why they do that, but trust me, these romance scammers, this is only the start. Once they get sent some money, then all kinds of more problems start. It's unbelievable. People pay off their imaginary mortgages and pay for them to fly places, and then they don't arrive, and it's unbelievable. This is just the start. So let's keep going. I can get him to send me one, and you just need to fill out any missing information and send it back to me, or even write it in here. I want to let you know that I am a doctor and also a soldier's the same time, and I am a man of dignity. Well, that's the biggest pile of shit lie you've sent me so far, Mark. None of that is accurate. Not one word of it. Well, except I am a man. That's it. Why are you arguing with me about this? Gavin doesn't trust you and said you would argue with me if you aren't going to pay it back. And here you are arguing with me. Okay, fine. I am not arguing with you, okay? I hope Gavin will not tell you to leave me someday too. Send me the form. Why that comment about Gavin? You should be happy I have friends who look out for me. I am happy, baby. You know that. I'll get Gavin to send something. But it seems someone is the one controlling our relationship. But it okay. Send me the information. Yeah, they don't like it when there's another guy in the scene. Hey, Planet Sunshine. Yeah, exactly. More like 2 million if he'd been there in a month. Exactly. It's insane, right? But like I said, they start small because once you give them a little bit of money, then they keep asking for bigger chunks and bigger chunks. I mean, there are people online who've told their stories about how they fell for a scam, and they've handed over $1 million, some of them. 600,000. It's not unusual. 50,000, 80,000. Like, the story is just never ending, but it all starts with a small amount. Quite a lot of scammers too will just continually ask for things in small amounts. Like, when I say small, I don't think 2,850 is small at all. But they ask for that kind of amount over and over and over and over, and people don't feel like they're handing over a huge chunk. And then when you add it all up, they have, it's going to be dramatic. We're going to have a fight with Mark, and you guys are going to help me write it. But yeah, the one controlling, he's incredibly controlling. I mean, you guys have watched me do this, and I will not allow you to drink when we're married, and you won't be able to do this. They're very, very controlling, creepy and horrible. Oh, stop it, Mark. It's one request he's made. He isn't controlling anything. He's looking out for me and my children. Okay. That's what they say when they can't have an adult conversation with you because they don't know what to say. The scripts don't count for me and other scam baiters. They don't know what to do. Like I said, he doesn't want me to send you any money. I'm ignoring that, so don't get pissy with me. Send me the form. Let me see what I can do, babe. Because I think putting babe and honey at the end of sentences makes you feel, he called me babe. They're still ordering these poor women and men around that they're scamming. Okay, I'll be back in touch when I have it from his secretary. I'm going for a quick walk before getting back to work. I need some fresh air. Okay, babe, make sure you eat or drink water to refresh your system. Will do. Later. Okay, babe, I'll be waiting for the form. So that was all this morning. Then at 3:03 p.m. he called me. Hey, Casper, good to have you here again, Gruber. Oh, $212,000. Yep. So, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that your stepmother fell for that. That is just awful. And the really awful thing is there's not a lot people can do in terms of getting their money back. It's really, really awful. But yeah, so this jerk called me, and I can't stand that they just ring you whenever it suits them. I've had missed calls from them at 3 in the morning, and yeah, I really don't like it. Like my sister was here a few weeks ago, and my phone rang, and it was one of the scammers. And she's like, I said, "Oh, it's one of the scammers." She's like, "What, they're calling you like now?" And I'm like, "Yep, they just call whenever they want." I can't imagine what you're going through. Yep. So what? I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah, so he called me and I was like, I can't, this guy rings a lot. And I'm just like, no, it's time to get rid of him. Then when I was down on the beach walk with you guys a bit earlier, he messaged me, hello, honey. And then when I finished my dinner just before, I messaged him, hi, Mark, why did you call me at work, sigh? Sorry, I mistakenly sat on my phone when the phone was open. Yeah, butt dial, righto. Okay, yeah. Look at that. Oh, okay. Yeah. Rightio then. Are you done with your work now? Just got home and I'm putting the 4 younger kids to bed. Okay, baby. Gavin did not get the form ready again. Yeah, money, money, money. Message me before you go to bed, Noreen. I hadn't actually seen that message, and here we are, and that was 2 minutes ago. So let's do some live scam baiting and end this. Hey, Hannah. You're not getting sound. Maybe refresh the screen. Is anyone else not getting any sound? So I'm quite happy to take suggestions. Are the kids sleeping now? Yeah, he called me Noreen. I know since when did he call you Noreen? He used to call me Queen Noreen a long time ago. I made him, and he was King Skidmark. And not once did he ever realise what Skidmark means. Sometimes language barriers help. But yeah, message me before you go to bed, Noreen. Sounds grumpy, right? Let's see what the jerk has to say. What I do, just so you know, is when we end this, I just block them. I block them on Google Hangouts, and I'm trying to have a fight with him. Oh, good. You refreshed. Awesome. I'm basically just going to try and have a fight with him. see how mean he can get, and then just go, you know what, Mark, I'm done with you. You might be the only Aussie in chat at the moment, Casper. Oh, Aussie flag, sorry. No, you're not the only one. I think there's just the two of you and me, Groover. You want to be one? Yep, that counts. Yep, so what, for sure. You can be an Aussie. Yeah, it's Aussie flag, you and me, Casper. The little Aussie trio of naughtiness. We're certainly three sassy little Australians, I know that much. Did you guys watch 10 Little Australians or read the book when you were little? Casper might be a bit young. Did you, Aussie Flag? I don't know how old you are, Aussie Flag. I shouldn't say that, but I loved that book. And I think there was a TV show too. It's really sad. There's one of the kids got killed when a tree branch fell on them, and I cried and cried and cried. Of course you can be you don't even have to be an Aussie, you can just be an Aussie Scout and cry. I do find my channels attract people that kind of almost are Australian, and that they get sarcasm and dry humour, and you know, like I think a lot of people that watch that stumble across my channel might watch it and just go, I don't get this girl, she's a bit weird. You're a baby boomer, Aussie Flag. I thought you were a Gen X like me, or even younger. But it's cool to have a baby boomer here. I'm not an okay boomer person. As those of you who were with me on the beach know, I'm more of an okay millennial person. There hasn't ever been in the history of generations a generation that hasn't been pissed off with another generation. The only good thing is Gen Xers are almost the forgotten generation. We just kind of get left alone. Let me get the exact ages of Gen X. Born between the mid-60s and the early 80s. (1965). Oh, they typically say 1965 to 1980, but some say 1960 to 1985. But the official one is 65 to 1980. But yeah, we're kind of forgotten. But I mean, our generation's pretty interesting because we're the ones that really started the whole healthy work-life balance, and we've also obviously invented all kinds of incredible technology. And there was a millennial in my Facebook community one day having a go at boomers, saying, and Gen Xers, saying, oh, I just hate being young and having to explain to Gen Xers and baby boomers how to use ATMs and phones and computers. And I was like, Gen X actually invented the phones and boomers invented the computers. Like, so maybe you can get back in your box. Wow. Your biggest challenge in life is to show someone how to use an ATM. Our generation's invented them, so shut the fuck up. Anyway, we are generally left alone, Gen Xers. Mind you, I've just found an article from last year saying Gen X is a mess in the New York Times. But for the most part, we are the forgotten generation because we're not in the millennials versus baby boomers thing. Yeah, Aussie Flags just said boomers 46 to 64. So the very, very, very end of the baby boomers. You're a Gen X, Casper? Oh, fat? No, you're not. I mean, I'm a Gen X too, but I'm like 67. So, I mean, I'm not 67 years old. I was born in 67. So I'm only kind of newly into, I'm in the first group of the Gen Xers. But yeah, there's generations have always fought. It's just, it's not a new concept, millennials. Yeah, 1970s Gen X, yes. I just think too, like Gen Xers, for the most part, were raised to respect our elders, which is why we've never had a go at boomers, because they're our elders, and we went to school and called our teachers Mr. and Mrs. and Miss. We didn't call them by their first names. We weren't told that we weren't told we weren't unequal in terms of being human beings, but we were taught to respect our elders. We were certainly in the pecking order. We were below them. You know, we weren't treated the same. I mean, I've got people in my life who have raised their kids the same way, and their kids are millennials and they respect their elders. But then I know other people where the kids have been treated like equal to the parents and teachers, and they're a different type of kid. I can tell you that right now. Oh, you're a 69er, Casper, so you're the same age as my brother. He loves that he was born in 69. I think it's the coolest thing ever. So yeah, in our family, my older sister's 65, I was 67, my brother's 69. We were very close together. Mark doesn't know what to say. You scared him off with your fake fighting. Yeah, something's going on. He probably just saw stop being so pushy, Mark, and he's gone, okay, I might go and chat to that other person that's close, that's going to give me some money. Growing up is hard, and being old is hard too. I mean, I love that I made it to 50, and I've lost a lot of really close friends who didn't. And I'm really glad that I got to 50, and now that I'm heading towards my mid 50s, because I'll be 54 in January, I'm like, I'm glad I got this far, but there's a whole heap of other things that start happening to you that you've got to live with, as well as all the hardships of life. And I mean, I still have a good time, but I'm so much slower than I used to be. I mean, I'm pretty sporty and athletic and healthy, like not super healthy at the moment, but I'm on a massive health kick, but I'm a pretty active person, and I'm a kind of bounce out of bed, and used to be bounce out of bed and get on with things person. But now I need an hour just to defrost when I get out of bed. Just let my body wake up and move again. Like I've started getting out of chairs, and like I sound like my grandmother. I'm like, oh, my aching bones. Grandmamahood is the best part of life. Well, it would be if you had kids. I agree. I think all my friends that have become grandmothers and grandfathers love being grandparents. My mum loved being a grandmother. I'm so sad for her, though. She died when her first two grandchildren were tiny. Like, Jemima was 3 and Jock was only 1 when she died, which was so sad. She only had 3 years of being a grandma, but fuck, she loved it. COVID is killing your sex life. Yeah, I was who was I chatting to about that today? I don't know if it was on YouTube or if it was in my Facebook group or to a friend, but COVID's been rough on single people. And like, I don't mean in terms of them being able to find a partner, because there's a heap of single people, myself included, who are quite happy being single, but we still got our needs, right? You know, COVID-19 kind of made the booty call a bit uncool, didn't it? In fact, my little oh god, that's way too much information. But my little plaything is normally in Tasmania for 6 months of the year and overseas for the other 6 months. So he's usually here over summer, which is perfect. He flies in for summer. We have heaps of fun, and then he disappears again, and then he comes back 6 months later with stories of where he's been and all of his travels. And he's considerably younger than me, and he's a little dead ringer for Michael Hutchins. He's a gem, little Italian dude, but he couldn't come to Tassie this time, so it's weird because he's normally here now. When the weather starts turning warmer, he usually flies on in. So yeah, it's a bit strange. We're chatting and going, isn't this weird? It's like the first time in 6 years that he hasn't come. Yeah, hello, Mel Mel. My 40s were the best. Yeah, I love. We're all wearing face masks, so no one can tell how old it is. Yeah. See, we haven't had to wear face masks where I am because we only had a really small cluster of COVID-19 cases in the northwest of the island. We did have a couple of cases in the south, but they all got better very quickly. Well, one didn't. One guy was in ICU. One older guy was in ICU for a long time, but we've never had to have compulsory face masks here, and we haven't had a case here for close to 90 days, like nearly 3 months. So we never got to that stage. I mean, we all ordered face masks because even like me and a lot of my friends, we travel a lot. So if we start traveling again, we're going to need them for that. But yeah, none of us have had to experience wearing face masks at all. It would be weird just seeing people's eyes. Your 40s were the best. I loved my 40s. I loved my 30s too. In fact, I've really loved probably the worst one was 10 to 20, maybe. Maybe not the worst. No, it wasn't actually, because that was when I went overseas, and lived overseas for the first time. But I did like being in my 40s. I loved being in my 30s. Yeah, I pretty much have enjoyed everyone. I just think 50s is so cool in terms of how you run out of fucks to give and all that pathetic bullshit that you used to worry about all the time. That starts to disappear when you hit 30, and then by the time you get to 40, you're really getting on top of it. But once you get to 50, your fucks to give budget's almost depleted. It's brilliant. I mean, you still have plenty of fucks to give about people you care about, but the problem with when you get over 50 is then you've suddenly got all these physical things that start happening that are so weird. And like I said, I used to bounce out of bed, and now it's like, oh, I have to sort of walk around the house and wake up properly. And I never used to be like that, and it bums me. And it also bums me that I used to be able to go to bed at midnight and then get up at 5 a.m. and function all day. Whereas now I'm like, oh, it's 9:10. I might start getting ready for bed. I'm usually 10 o'clock is kind of my bedtime, but that's bumming me now because I'm like, oh, I might go to bed at 10 and read my book for half an hour, and I get into bed and I'm like, oh, I can't be bothered reading my book. Lights out. I still wake up at 5 or 5:30 every morning, but my bedtime's getting a bit earlier. I don't know where Mark's gone. I think he saw stop being so pushy, or I haven't checked my email, and he's like, fuck her. I'm glad you groovers love being grandmothers. That's super cool. But, you know, I won't be a grandmother. I didn't have children. I couldn't have children, so I don't want to think I've missed out on the bestest, you know. Like, I like to think I've done other things that have got to be my bestest. But for those of you who have had kids, yes, I haven't got a friend who has said that being a mum is better than being a grandmother. They've all said being a grandmother is better. Yeah, how is Joshy doing, Melmo? We need an update. It's supposed to be back at school. Oh, it's not going to happen. I always have the servers. This is so true, Casper. So true. You don't wear masks where you live. Did you have to wear them at all, Aussie Flag? You in New South Wales? I can't remember. Yeah, but you were a teen mom, weren't you, Mel? Don't mean 13, but I thought you were late teens. Which if I'd had kids, I wanted to do a lot of stuff before I had kids. So like in my mind, I was thinking, yeah, when I get to my 30s. But then when I got to my 30s, I knew I couldn't have kids as soon as I was 20. But when I was in my 30s, I was looking at my friends who were starting to have kids, and then some of them even in their 40s, and I was like, fuck, have kids young. Have them young. So if you do want to do all the traveling and all that sort of stuff, you can. Because, I've got a few friends that, all of my friends that had their kids later in life had done traveling and stuff like that. But if you have babies later on, you kind of accept that that's it. Like chances are you may not even get to be a grandmother when you have kids late in life. But chances are you'll be raising that kid and then have a few years and then you'll cark it. That's pretty grim, but you know what I mean? Like, if I was going to have kids, I would have had them in my teens, late teens, early 20s, and then, in my 40s, I'd be like, I'm out of here. I've raised you. You're independent. See ya. Yeah, my fucks bucket's very low. I've got, like I said, plenty of fucks for people I love, but the number of people I used to worry about upsetting, and God, the shitty side of being a highly sensitive, people-pleasing personality type, God almighty, the amount of time I wasted on people that never gave a fuck about me, and I was like, I don't want to upset anyone, and what the fuck? On the far north coast of New South Wales. Nice. I didn't get to spend time on the far north coast of New South Wales this year like I usually do at Blues Fest. My best friend from uni lives in Byron Bay, and I've been to 22 Blues Fests at Easter for a big chunk of my life. I sometimes go up there too at other parts of the year, but Blues Fest is a bit of an annual sabbatical. Mama, I'm sorry for your loss. Huh? What? Oh, your twins. Yeah. But Tay, what a prize. Pilates drug. Go, Blakey. Good lad. Where's Mark gone, do you reckon, guys? Fuck. I don't know if we just can the funeral and people can jump up on panel if they want. We can all just fucking hang out. There's a guessing game going on between Aussie Flag and Casper. Am I a bit closer? Aussie flag? Am I more in your hood? You know, like Tweed Heads or Burleigh Heads or is Burleigh Heads still part of, I can't remember if Burleigh Heads is part of, I think it's still part of Queensland, isn't it? Mullumbimby, spent a heap of time there. Kingscliff, I don't know how far up you'd be. Casuarina. I'm not trying to dox you. Maybe we shouldn't do that, hey? Mark's pissed off. He's not. Yeah, I thought that might have been Queensland. A prize, yes, Tay's a prize. Oh, yeah, cool Planet Sunshine, thank you. I remember being I used to be one of Tasmania's ambassadors for the National Breast Cancer Foundation, and I remember being at a breakfast that Sarah Murdoch spoke at, and she'd only had her kids fairly recently, like, I don't know, they were 2 and 5 or something. And she, Mark has lost his sense of humour. He has. He'll lose it if he comes back and I dump him. She spoke at this National Breast Cancer Foundation lunch, and you don't have to know a lot about breast cancer or any type of cancer to know that chemo is incredibly good at making people infertile. And there are a lot of breast cancer survivors, but also breast cancer patients and people like me who'd lost a mother to breast cancer, and men who'd lost their young wives, all sorts, like, you know, a room full of people that had been very closely touched by breast cancer. But primarily a lot of survivors and people currently undergoing treatment. And she gave this speech about how being a mother is the best thing you'll ever do in your life, and you won't know real love until you've had a child. And I was sitting at a table with 2 girls who would have only been 18 and 20, who were undergoing chemotherapy at the time, knowing that the chance of having children was incredibly slim. And I've got to give it to them. They both remained dignified, but I just couldn't believe that she actually gave a speech like that. And I thought, you fucking cunt. So you must be closer to Byron Bay then if you're north of Ballina, Aussie flag. Oh, are you inland or coastal? We didn't clarify that. What's that cute little town that's inland from Byron? I just love going for drives through there. I mean, I love Mullumbimby. God, I've had some great times in Mullumbimby. But what's that little town? I've spent a lot of time at Tallows south of Byron as well. And my friend from uni, she lives in New Brighton now, which I really like that area too. But what's that cute little... Bangalore, I think. Bangalore. Oh, God, I had some fun in Bangalore. Cute little strip to walk up and down. And, yeah, that speech was so bad. Anyway, I'm not an ambassador for them anymore. Enjoy the cooking, Mel. Mark needs a boob pic to get him hooked back in. I have heard of Yamba. Your mum told you having a kid is like having your heart walking around us. Oh, that's a nice expression. I would have worried all the time if I'd had kids. I would have just been worried all the time. Oh, that's awesome, Scout Inquiry. Look at that. See me just chatting away about the dementia course that I'm doing on the beach, and I'm really enjoying this preventing dementia course. I'll probably do, which it finishes on the 20th. I'll do a live about it because I've got some really great information that I think everyone needs to hear about it, and I've really enjoyed the course so much. I might even do a series on it because it's so interesting, and the post-grad course that I want to do next year, I'm really excited about that. I'd like to ultimately end up working in that area because it's such an isolating illness at the start of it. When people tell family members that they've been diagnosed with dementia and friends, a lot of people don't know how to handle it and just back off. And these people are still working and living at home and functioning, but they start to get very isolated before they even go into care, permanent care. And feeling isolated is the worst thing in the world. And I have personal experience with that, with a job that took me all over the place. But I spent a shitload of time on my own in hotels and airports and planes and cars, driving great distances to see clients and stuff. And if I can stop even one person feeling isolated because of a shitty card that life has dealt them, I think that'd be insanely rewarding. Thank you, Scout Inquirer. I think I'll look at doing a live or some series on that because I feel like I really enjoy sharing scam baiting and stuff with you guys, but I do actually have a fairly sort of complex brain and interests that are worth discussing. And I feel like I could have used my YouTube channel to discuss topics of relevance and interest to people as well. Like, I love entertaining and being silly and mucking around, don't get me wrong. But I also think that I've got things that I do in my life that I've never really talked about on here, and it'd be kind of nice to do some stuff about that, especially if I go into this sort of pro bono legal area or working for legal aid or doing community lawyer kind of work. I'd really like to talk about what I do as well in those fields, because I feel lawyers are given so much shit and it's just not warranted, and people just complain about how much they cost, but you don't complain when your surgeon charges you to keep you alive. But lawyers that might keep you out of jail or solve a problem that you don't have the skills to solve yourself, why? I mean, don't get me wrong, I have a lawyer that I've had to pay and it's not fucking cheap, but she was able to explain things to me and explain legislation and give me advice that it would have taken me days and hours and days and weeks probably to work out myself, even though I'm a lawyer too. Oh, that's awesome, Planet Sunshine. I'm glad that you told your mum to do that. And yeah, take different routes each time. There's a whole heap of things though, like exercise is really important, but it's got to be like aerobic and also strength, like weights, and even like super elderly people can do some weights. Strength training is really important. Going for walks is really good, but also trying to do an aerobic one where you actually feel like you're out of breath and you're starting to sweat. There's heaps of stuff. You're a great teacher. Oh, thank you. Yep. So what? I don't know if I'd be a terrible school teacher though. But I like talking about topics of substance. But this one is so important because dementia is part of aging. It's just that some people end up getting it earlier than they should. And I'm not talking early onset. That's a type of dementia as well, obviously. That's if you get diagnosed with dementia before you're 60. That's terrifying. And there's people in their 20s and 30s that can be diagnosed with dementia. But there are things we can do, and it's never too late. That keeps getting reinforced over and over in this preventing. Like the understanding dementia course was so interesting. Like I've never studied the brain in so much detail before. But the preventing dementia one's really interesting because it's such an optimistic one. Like there's a lot of really cool tips and things that they are teaching us, but they keep reiterating it's never too late. I've never been to Bribey Island, but it's on my list. I like traveling to islands. I think because I live on an island. I don't know why. A lot of my friends are like, "Why do you always go to islands when you go on holidays?" It's like because I kind of like it. Yeah, Louis Body. Yep. We'll come and break you out of jail. Yep. So what if we have to? Where's my lip thing? I might put my camera back on. I don't know if Mark's coming back. God damn it! I was ready to dump the fucker. But yeah, Lewy body. I've learned about Lewy body. I've learned about all of the diseases that can cause dementia. One of the ones I did was the repetitive brain injuries, like, in elite athletes, concussions. In America in particular, they've done a lot of studies because unfortunately a lot of American footballers have, repeated concussions. Same with AFL players here in Australia. I'll stop screen sharing. Mark has dumped me. Possibly. That's a bit of an anticlimax. I even had this lined up to play. Hi, Biscuit. Do you like the violin? She's come in from her enclosure outside on the deck and she's all smoochy. There's some music she loves and there's some music she hates. Like, we all know how she felt about my recorder playing. Did you like that, Biscuit? Do you want to say hi to everyone? Come here. Do you want to say hi to everyone? Oh, come here, Moogie. Here's Biscuit, everyone. Look at her with her. She's purring. With her resting bitch face, she doesn't like me being live, and she never performs for the camera, do you? You want to say hi to everyone? Ow! No. Did she not nice? She bit me. Which I kind of deserve that because, like I said, she's not really a fan of me picking her up either or going live or anything. You curl up over there on my hoodie. Good girl. Well, you can play with this. She had a new treat today. Oh my God, she loved it. It's like a little tube of tuna and prawn flavored stuff. And I sat on the floor with her and I'm trying to teach her to do a high five to give it to her, but it's not going to happen. But you sort of squeeze a little bit out and she licks it off. My God, she went nuts. She was purring and she was going ballistic. I think it's so cool that the White House is going to have its first ever rescue dog living there. Major Biden. That's pretty cool. A rescue dog. Yeah, this is the kitchen behind me. It's not a fake kitchen. Don't do a Mummy Ramblings blog and say it's not a real kitchen. It is a real kitchen. Sometimes I go live in the kitchen. That plant, wait, that plant there, everything's back to front. That plant there on my bench is actually Biscuit's grass, her special cat grass. It's not a sad looking, I'm not growing some weird looking weed in my kitchen. Buddy needs a rescue dog. She is a happy kitty. She's just got resting bitch face. But I've given her a little toy to flick around. She's having fun with that. Here you go. Well, it's like a little ring pull off a Bundaberg spiced ginger beer, non-alcoholic. That one I had the other night. It's still sitting on the table. She's curled up on my hoodie too, so she's happy. A plant like that for your dogs. Well, there. Well, there. No, there. Yeah, the green screen kitchen. But when I go live in the Shitty Kitty kitchen, I'm in the kitchen. Normally, I'm live with the camera on this side of the dining room table, so you get to see my living room, which is that way. But yeah, you're getting a bit of a kitchen view tonight. Check out the, now I'm doing this. Check out on the end there that my spider fern, it's going nuts. It's fucking having a great time. But yeah, so Biscuit has her own grass. She's a stoner. It had catnip and cat mint in it, but they both died. But the grass is going nuts. But I can't have it on the ground or out on the deck, because if I'm out on the deck with her, she'll just eat it until she pukes. So it lives up on the bench some of the time. Does anyone want to jump up on panel and hang out? Because, yeah. Oh, wait, Mark. It's flashing. He's not really happy. I want to tell you some. All right. He's back and he's not happy. Ooh, guys. I'm not really happy. I want to tell you some. I kind of hope he's going to dump me, actually. Guys, am I about to get dumped by is my catfish about to be dumped by a scammer? Thanks, Scat and Cry. I've got a way to go yet. I'm still working on my arms, but the tuck shop lady arms are going. I've got a little bit of muscle coming, but I'm a long way away from where I want to be. But I'm really loving doing weight training and stuff. I'm getting into it. I don't think I'm ever going to have a six-pack belly, but I can feel really good muscles under my gut. Fight night with Mark. I hope he dumps me. It'll be a first. Can you see Biscuit? You know when cats suddenly go, what the hell is that? Like they see something you don't. Oh, I want you to know I'm a man of my words. If I say yes, I do yes. And if I say no, I do no. And I do not like when someone tells me yes and she will do no. How do I respond to that, guys? What can you see, Biscuit? Oh, there is actually something up there. She's not imagining things. There's a little moth. She does love catching moths. Have a keg belly. I've got a bit of a keg belly too. I keep telling my personal trainer that I can feel a six-pack underneath my triple cream brie food baby. You know I'm in the war front and I need to focus so that I can be safe for both of us. Guys, come on, help me out here. What are we going to write back to him? Tough bickies. What are we going to say to him? I'm going to let him keep writing this great big essay and then just go, okay, cool. Go fuck yourself. You're dumped. You're fired. What should we say? I might tell him I slept with Gavin last night. Yeah, exactly. Signing a piece of paper is not endangering him. Oh my God, he's pissed off. See, Gavin is your lawyer and both of us are lover. No, we're not. There is no third party in a relationship. Well, actually, there is. I fucked him last night. He is just a lawyer, is not my relationship controller. All right, I'll let him keep going on with his little spiel, and then I'll go, yeah, I've got something I'm not happy either. I've got something to tell with you. I slept with Gavin last night. Shall we do that? He lost his six-pack about 50 Big Macs ago, Casper. Hey, we're all above ground, you know. I love it when you get to an age where um you're just able to look your age and you don't have to fucking go out of your way to try to look younger, or not that I've ever tried to look younger. You know what I mean though? Like, I kind of like it if you're in your late 40s, early 50s and you've got a gut. It's kind of like, yeah, I'm middle aged. Fuck off. You know what I mean? Like, sort of. It's nice to get to an age where you're sort of almost expected to be imperfect. Like, once I turned 30, I was like, this is me, just accept who I am. By the time I got to 40, I'm like, I'm alive and I'm having fun. Who gives a shit? And then you get into your 50s and you're like, well, you sort of become a bit invisible anyway to people. But I'm like, well, I made it this far. Who gives a shit if I've got a bloody muffin top, you know? Oh, look at him. He's having such a whinge. Hang on, I'll scroll back down so you can see. This Daniel hospital bill is what you promised to send first thing on Monday morning. I called the doctor to send the account number that he will surely receive the money on Monday. And now you're telling me that Gavin say that and Gavin say this. Keep going, Mark. This is awesome. Yeah, we're comfortable with ourselves. That's what I was trying to say. But I also love sorry, I got distracted. Say, sis on your pista, you're not so mucking fudge. Go in your own backyard and buck a fuzz. um, I I think people become more and more perfect the more imperfect they are, because we're not concerned about our physical appearances. We're concerned about our personality traits and how good a person we are. You should have told me that you are sending it Monday morning and you let me to promise the doctor that he will receive the money Sunday morning. Now you have made me a liar to the doctor. Skid Mark is on a rant. That's why I'm not saying anything. I'm just like, muffin top, you have the whole bakery. I'm just letting him rant. This is great. You have no fucks since your first live. I wish I had no fucks to give when I was younger. I wish I didn't spend my late teens and my 20s worrying about shit that just didn't matter. I'd give anything to have that time back and have actually used that time for good, not evil, against myself, you know. I think, God, all the things I could have done with that time that I was worrying about what people thought about me, what people were saying about me, what I looked like. I could have just been out there making people feel better about themselves. When you start doing things for people unconditionally, and it's just such a different mindset. And but I guess you have to go. What is that saying? Youth is wasted on the young. We all go through it, right? I'm just going to let Mark keep ranting. This is great. I'm just sitting here I'm just sitting here loving this shit. Listen, if you are with Gavin, be with him. And if you are with me, be with me. I don't care anymore. What do you mean by all this long process because of just 2,850 after waiting for over 1 month for the bank to release the money? Oh, I'm so telling him I fucked Gavin last night. Exactly. With age comes wisdom and comfort. I don't want to wear high heels anymore. Fuck me dead. I'm not quite ready for hush puppies, but I live in my blunnies in winter and I live in my thongs in, not G-string, but like thong, American thongs, flip-flops in summer or sandals. I don't want to wear heels. I've got some nice wedges for work, but stilettos. Not that I was really ever a stiletto guy, but just high heels. My God, why? Listen to me, babe. Forget the money. I don't want it anymore because I hate when people cannot even stand to their words. Bad personal hygiene is definitely not acceptable. I don't know why you've mentioned that, Planet Sunshine, but I agree. Gavin got it on and going to use the money for a dirty hotel room for a dirty week away. Nice. I think Gavin and Noreen are going to blow it on cocaine and snort it off each other's asses, laughing at what a whiny man baby Mark is. Just say, okay, no money. I want to let him keep ranting. Saying yes and doing no, that is so childish for me to involve myself into. Let me remind you, I am a doctor at the same time a soldier active on duties. Yeah, I love a wedge scout. Yeah, I don't put makeup on every day either. And I don't put makeup on to go live. I don't really care. I am what I am. You're getting Tori in all her glory. You done? Oh no, you're still typing. So what do we do, guys? When he does eventually stop his rant, I'm just going to say I slept with Gavin last night and Bruce, the ex-husband. Gavin, Bruce, and I had a threesome. Say what you want to say. Here we go, guys. Here we go, guys. I want to I don't like you. I want to say something like that. I want to let him know his horrible, whiny. What was that comment further up? Sis on your pista, you're not so mucking fudge. Go in your on backyard and buck a fuzzard. I've got to copy paste that and just put it in there just for the hell of it.
I want to kind of.
Oh,
I don't like you. I want to.
sorry, I went over to YouTube to copy paste and volume kicked in. Come on, guys. I want help here. I mean, I'm going to say no money and I'm going to say I slept with Gavin, but why don't I just send him that comment and see what he says? If he asks me to explain it, I can't even explain it. I'll just say I'm just warming up, mate. Just warming up. Oh, now you want to start what, right? I'm not going to swear at him just yet. This is where you'll get to see his really nasty side again. Bring it on, baby. But yeah, he can be pretty mean. So let's give it to him. Or do I just hit send on that? Wait for him to come back and respond to the money. So we might as well just keep firing things at him. I definitely want to say I lost any interest in you when you called me a bosh of pounded trash from Australia. I don't care anymore. Secondly, I shagged Gavin last night and it was amazing. Unless you guys are suggesting other things. They do have a really nasty side. Go, and I hope the $2,850 will solve all the problems you have for you. We'll leave that for the moment. Karen's been smiling. Well, so has Noreen. God, she lives in Melbourne, and lockdown and everything. Oh my God. It was like a waterfall, I'm telling you. Noreen was just, yes, he says. These are all you have in mind, right? Oh, I have so much more I want to say. Should I say that Keith is the third wealthiest man in Australia? Keith is Noreen's dad. Let me ask you, have you ever seen a third party in a relationship? No. Asking you to help me with dictions. I was so upset when he disappeared and he's back and we're getting everything we want. Gavin's Johnson is almost... Oh, mind healer, I'm still an American soldier on duty. He should be careful. Gavin's Johnson is almost as big as my bank account. Noreen. Here comes the threats, by the way. This is another scammer tactic, which, like I care. Look how nasty he's getting. They get so nasty. I don't want this fight this night, okay? And look at this. Now he's trying to laugh and you so crazy. You know it yourself that I'm not that poor trash. Noreen isn't holding back. We do have to find an awesome song. Start thinking. Oh, Biscuit, I won't be on here for much longer. She's like, we go to bed at 10. It's 10:30. You just stay there on my hoodie. You look snug and happy. And you had those yummy new treats today. Mm-mm-mm. It's painful you chose Gavin over me. Well, Gavin isn't a whiny little man baby, Mark. Hmm. What's a good song that we can go out? What song can we end this show with tonight? I've got to think. What's a good dumping song? I mean, we could end with Good Riddance. I need lyrics. I need to actually send him lyrics. Best dumping song. These are the best songs to help you break up. What about Since You've Been Gone by Kelly Clarkson? Hit the Door, Jack. I don't know that song. Shout. Tears for Fears. Yeah, but that's more of just encouraging him to keep fighting. What's a really good It's Over? What about Fuck You by Lily Allen? So please don't stay in touch. I want to get it from the start though. Perfect. That's where I'm going. Please, even if you don't want me, I understand, but in your next relationship, do not let a third party in. It doesn't help. Oh my God, look at him giving me some therapy and advice. You know, I'm a very nice, loving man. You know it. Down in your heart, you know it. And you know I love you, and I know you love me. I don't love you. Ah, hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more, no more, no. Tears for Fears sang Shout. Shout, shout, let it all out. These are the things I can do without. He's heard me. I wanted to fight with him, but now it looks like we're actually having an amicable breakup. I haven't actually had an amicable breakup with a scammer before, I don't think. I think it's all been choo-choo motherfucker, which I'm still going to say at the end of this. We are fucking meant to be together. Actually, fuck you very much is about homophobic people. So I'm not going to do that one, although I'm sure he is homophobic. He could give you legal advice on everything not in our relationship issue. I don't like you, Mark. It's as simple as that. So what's happening in chat? Oh, look at him. Look at him. Blame it on the rain. Oh, when this goes in directions you weren't planning. Fine, I accept it. I don't think he does. I don't think he's going to end just yet. Blame it on the rain. You made me lie to the doctor that he will receive the money on Monday. You lied to me about your imaginary child and doctor. The blame should be on me because I asked for help for my only child. Okay, well, or you put the blame on James. Actually, that's quite funny. For those of you that haven't been with us from the start, originally I was scam baiting a scammer whose catfish name was James and my name was Rose. And one night when my sister was here, my real sister was in this house with me, we asked James if he had any friends for Noreen, and he introduced Mark. And he sent me a dick pic. James sent me a dick pic. Go to bed, you need rest. I'm wide awake. What's this dude up to? He's having fun with me. What is going on? No, I'm good. I'm not stressed. I'm feeling satiated and happy. Even if you were fighting me, I still care about you. I don't. Stop telling me to go to bed. He's not going to let me dump him. Blame it on the moonlight and the sunshine. What? What's this guy doing? What's he doing? He's told me I don't have to send him the money. He's cracking jokes about James. I know you were happy because you've made up your mind to send the money again. What is this guy doing? You told me not to send it, so I'm not. Whatever happens, guys, I am going to block him after this, so yeah, I think he is trying to reel Noreen back in. But this is where this guy is a bad scammer, like a dangerous scammer, because he has got this kind of manipulative streak that's next level to a lot of scammers. Like a lot of other scammers just don't have the personality outside of scamming. Like he's shrewd. His manipulation strategies and tactics are a lot more finely honed. I think this guy has probably pocketed a lot of money from innocent people, unfortunately. And again, I'm kind of torn if this is the last time I waste his time, because, see, he's just laughed at me saying, didn't we just break up? It's a head fuck, isn't it? Like we're sort of watching this knowing this guy's a scammer. Imagine if this is a conversation you're having with a scammer, but you think he's a legit dude. You go nowhere. You are mine. He's making it impossible for me to dump him. Gavin is a visitor. We visited my vagina last night. Does anyone want to get up on panel with me and have a laugh with me? We don't know what's going on here. Like in my experience with other scammers, we've had a massive fight and I've gone choo-choo motherfucker and I've blocked them. There are ones that I've actually revealed that I know they're a scammer and I've had a conversation with them about it on the phone. I've never had He's back to the money again. He has. No scrubs. Yeah, okay. Especially because he's pretending to be a doctor. How does it start? I might go straight to the chorus. Oh, actually, this one's not letting me copy paste. Hang on. I don't want to. Why does creep keep coming up first? That's so weird. And it's not even like Radiohead creep. It's. Do I go straight to the chorus? I don't want no scrub. A scrub is a guy that can get no love from me. I think I'll do that. I hope he did not touch you. I told him he shagged me. He should know you're my queen. Is Gavin not married? Anyway, I know you will not let him touch you, but no, I don't. Thank you, TLC, for... No, Paul, he told you. I know, and I mentioned that he said that he didn't want the money, but he's crapping on about it again. You don't know where the Paul came from. Now what do you want? Trying to holler at me. That's you, Mark. Lots of hollering. Babe, why do you ever make me a liar to the doctor? Why? That hurt me most. And I'm hanging out the passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to holler at me. Oh, yeah. Why do you ever make me a liar to the doctor? Oh, my God. Damn, is he cheap chat? He needs to look up the word shag. Yeah, he does. He does. Yeah, I'll make a point of saying, P.S., look up the word shag. I'm just stoked I got a bank account and an address too. And the name on the bank account, nothing to do with this guy at all, as usual. But look at how they make it almost impossible for you to dump them. Like, I dumped him. He said, don't worry about the money. I'm like, cool, I won't. And it's over. We shouldn't be together. You should have let me sign it a long time. Now you've made the doctor to lost his trust on me, and it breaks my heart. Babe, send that money. I'm I've forgotten about it. Taylor Swift, we are never ever getting back together. Anyone else in chat love Taylor Swift? Oh my God, I love her. Yep, I said it. Don't necessarily love a lot of her songs, but I do love Shake It Off. I'm really going to miss you picking fights and me falling for it, screaming that I'm right. Maybe not. I'm very, very, very worried about Daniel. You know it. He's the only biological child I have. Yes, I said that out of anger about this Gavin, and you know it. Babe, go send the money first thing tomorrow morning. Nah, I'm having breakfast. Thank you, Scouting Choir. Protecting humanity and being... I'm not actually this guy tonight. I have no fucks to give either way. It would be embarrassing having a doctor husband who can't budget, but he's in Yemen. And they don't have any bank accounts or money there, Mel. Come on. He's subcontracted to the UN, but they won't even give him some money so he can pay his little doctor's bill. Why are you breaking my heart? Why are you breaking my heart? Why? Do I really deserve... Does anyone want to jump up on panel? I did ask if anyone wanted to. I don't think anyone said yes. But if someone would like to... Yeah, so I've had 2 email addresses. I've had all of his Facebook profiles shut down. I've got a phone number. And now I've got a bank account with Chase Bank in the US of A, by the way. A name. There's a beneficiary address, which I looked up, and it is actually a pretty expensive looking high-end apartment building in LA. It does exist. And yeah, I think the ACCC can do a lot with the info I've got. Yeah, you go shower the stinky kid, Mel. Okay, I have heard you. God, I wish Tanny was here. If only she knew. I can't actually remember any other funny times we had with this jerk. Can anyone? Is there anything else I should mention? Sign your name across my heart. I want you to be my baby. We're going to bed soon, Biscuit. This is the last time we're doing the soft skid mark. She's like, yes, fuck yes. Nay, throw my heart in the forest. Oh dear. She's blowing her hole. I threw his heart in the forest. My God. Oh, Biscuit, I know it's a bit of a late night tonight, but we'll still be wide awake at 5 a.m., won't we? Doesn't matter what time we go to bed. You'll still come in at 5 a.m. and be like, g'day. Let's party. I threw his heart. How I promise all you, I know. The nurses will be upset. It's a sad day for everyone. I was going to say, Gavin and I will do all of the things on the list, but I'm not. I'm not that mean yet. It's a sad day for everyone. Don't let a dingo eat it. They promised to take me to the beautiful places. I won't throw your heart in the forest. A dingo might eat it. Except for Mel, she really hated him. God, if do any other nurses have any final messages for Mark? Oh, yep, so what? Thank you so much for hanging out with us. It was so cool to see you. I hope that this evening has given you some chuckles. Well, he wouldn't. He didn't. He had your heart set on some KFC. Was it this guy that I showed the chopper of the KFC, or was it the guy on the oil rig in Cambodia, the scammer in Cambodia? I can't remember. I can't remember. They all blend into each other. Well, they all blend into one big nightmare after a while. That is why. Oh, she never forgave you. Aussie Flag. What was your name, Aussie Flag? Can you remember? What was your nurse name? Were you Aussie or did we come up with a... I can't remember. Did I give you like a name that started... Thank God she hate me. Normally you're still here. Because I'm not for everyone. Oh my God. You're not even Noreen, Mark. Sorry, Griever, but it helps a lot. I lost my temper on a Facebook post. Oh, cool. I'm glad you had a good time here. It was Aussie. It always God for some people to hate you and some love you. I say thank God she hate me is the reality of life. Oh my God, now I'm getting Bible scriptures read to me. He's one confusing scammer. I don't know if he's so switched on that he's kind of got this game that's worked on other people that have gone, yeah, I'm kind of not really interested in you. And he's like, oh, better go into this mode or whatever. I clearly dumped him and ended it. And 5 seconds later, he's laughing about James's slimy penis and telling me to put money in the bank the next day. They move fast. They move so fast. But I don't know how to end this, guys. He wants to go to Wolf Creek with you, Aussie. Just leave him out there, will you, darls? They're terrifying. Do you know, a really gorgeous girlfriend of mine who's an actress was offered a role, one of the girls in Wolf Creek, and she ended up turning it down because she didn't think at the time that it was something that would be received well because of how graphic and violent and horrible it was. And of course, look what happened with it, you know. I don't know if she probably does still regret it. But I remember at the time when she'd auditioned and yeah, she was offered a part and she just said the script is so disturbing. I can't see people watching it and thinking it's a good film. And she said no to one of the lead female roles. I don't know if she was going to be head on a stick, but really nice camping spot. Here's a piece of work. I don't know how to end this, guys. I don't know what to do. I've tried to end it. Well, thanks for the memories, Mark. I wish you and Daniel the best. Peace be with you. Blessed be the fruit under his eye. Daniel is traveling tonight on a plane. I reckon we'll end with that. Let's end with Elton John's Daniel. Let me know when you send the money tomorrow morning. Guys. Yeah, head on a stick. Not good, right? Yeah, I don't know if Lucy was going to be head on a stick or the other one. The one that got shown the head on the stick. I don't know. All right, I'll send him some breakup gifts. Let's see what if it's over. I'll get rid of my face so it's this. I can expand the screen as big as I can. Look at Ferris Bueller. God, I love Ferris. My brother was the Tasmanian Ferris Bueller. My God, he got away with so much shit. And I was like Ferris's sister. Is it Jean? Like just constantly amazed at what my brother got away with. Oh my God. Okay. Here's a bit of audience participation. What do you think his response is going to be from those 3 gifts? It's over. It's over, go home. The end. Oh, and there's 3 messages. Are you tired of me now? So quick. Anyway, go rest. You need some rest. He's just clinging. I mean, look, don't get me wrong, guys. It's so easy to just block him when we end this. But don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened. I'm just going to pelt him with... In fact, let's have some fun.
Thanks everyone for your
Sorry
support.
about the annoying
Our
ad.
shop and story time are now.
Because I don't have YouTube Premium on my second account. I think we should end with an Australian classic. Crowded House, Don't Dream It's Over, karaoke style. Sing along, everybody. gone nuts, guys. There's a lot of gifts to come. Hey, don't dream it's over. Hey now, the world comes in and they come. Beautiful between us, you know they won't. Oh, Biscuit loves Crowded House. Hello, gorgeous. She knocked over a glass and I've got pens in. It's all right. Don't panic. We could end with Goche. Now you're just somebody that I used to know. Sing along, everybody. Hey now, don't dream it's over. Hey now, when the world comes in and they come to build a wall between us. You know they won't win. It's a bit high for me, this version. Don't let them win. Is there a gift of a blowhole? Let's do it. Damn, it ended before I got the blowhole.
You want to know why running on the treadmill 7 days a week doesn't work for you when you're trying to lose weight?
Sure. Why? But I had some great blowhole gifts the other night. What's going on? I'm getting oh, here's a ripper. By the way, Ballard from the Hard Karen just messaged me. Ironic, right? So yeah, he gets that. Boom. But don't think I'm ending the breakup just there. He's disappeared, but I'm just going to send him stuff. I love this song so much. Helped me through a nasty little breakup. Karaoke is a bit hard because there's a lot of singing going on right now, but you wouldn't know it. You always get that Ashton Burn fan too. Sucks, doesn't it, Planet Sunshine? Yeah, fuck you, Skid Mark. You know it, Aussie flag. I don't want to say the cut me off bit though, because I'm cutting him off. I'll just end with a punchy little This is not one I'm going to sing along to. Now you're just somebody that I used to know, somebody. Night, night, Casper. Farewell, King Skidmark. Do we choo-choo motherfucker him, everybody? I think we should actually. He's not even present for this, but my cinnamon tea has been cold for hours.
I used to know somebody that I used to know.
So where we are now, I guess, is she said, choo-choo motherfucker. I can keep chat open with him to see what he comes back with for one last chuckle. If I block him, he can't respond to me. So it says he's active just now, so I don't know whether he's not reading my shit. I'll see where his little face is. He hasn't had a look at our chat since I said I don't need rest. He hasn't been back in our chat bubble since he said you need some rest. So he's obviously chatting to somebody else now. Anyone got a hanky? So yeah, I'll just close out of there and see what his response is and then block him. So I'll give you that update the next time we go live. But like I said, I got messaged by Ray while we were only a few minutes ago, but I'm going to go to bed. It's 11:20 and my mate Biscuit, it's an hour past her bedtime. I don't know why. She's so cute. I don't know why she doesn't just take herself off to bed, but she's got this thing about my bedroom and my bed. She will not go in it unless I'm in there. Like she won't. If I'm putting clothes away or something in my bedroom, she'll come down and hang out with me. But during the day and stuff, she never goes to my bedroom and gets on my bed during the day. And she doesn't get on my bed at night until I'm in the bed. And then she sort of hangs out with me till she thinks I'm asleep, and then she gets off the bed and comes back out here or lies on my bedroom floor and sleeps on the floor. Like, she's pretty cool. Pretty cool. But there's a little bit of a ritual of going to bed that she likes, and she gets up on the bed and she lies, like she doesn't curl up, she lies like lengthways on her back with her legs in the air like she just don't care, next to me, and purrs her head off. And then after a little while she's like, all right, well, she's falling asleep now, so I'm out of here. She's pretty cool. That's why I like tabbies, because they're more like dogs. And they do their own thing. Like, she's good company and everything, but she's not like on me. I don't even know where she is now. She's trashed the table, and I'll just lift up that glass. She does have her nightly routine. Gosh, everyone's dropped off. So thank you to everyone who hung out. Thanks to anyone who's watched the replay, 2 hours and 23 minutes. So I think we can safely say we wasted about 70 hours of this guy's time. Oh, he's responded. He's just said, that's so silly of you. Hang on. I'm not ending it just yet. Those of you who've left, you're about to miss the end. Babe, you love me and I love you. Can you guys see the screen? Yes. You love me and I love you, so let drop our ego and let love lead us. That is the best way to enjoy each other. You know that. I never want money or anything to come between us. I told you. You need some rest. You calling your man motherfucker? That's so silly of you. Yeah, you've got a point. It's just how I end all my relationships with my scammers. All of my catfish say choo-choo motherfucker. Give it to him. Aussie flags ready for round 2 or 3 or 20 or whatever we're up to. Mark, it's over. Please. Here I was thinking it was over. Oh. He's not doing my head. It can't be over. It is. It ain't over till it's over. It's fucking over. To quote the castle. It's the vibe. It's Mabo. It's everything. It's so funny. The chat vacated. We were ready to switch off, and here we are. Here we are. Still going. Getting rid of this jerk is it's a lot of work. I wonder if he's Googling Mabo right about now. Well, I mean, back to Biscuit's bedtime routine. She's yeah, there's a few of you still watching. There's 10 people still watching. This is cool. Biscuit's she's, even though she knows, like, even though she likes to sort of, well, we normally do go to bed at 10ish, so it's kind of our routine. I mean, I usually read for about half an hour if I can, but you know, if I've had dinner parties or people staying or stuff, and we've sometimes been up to like 1, 2 a.m. chatting or whatever, she'll still come and do the whole bedtime routine with me at that time. It's pretty cute. He's like chewing gum stuck to my shoe. I'll just say I'm sorry. But I'm so glad I wasted so many hours of your time, you piece of shit scammer. I am so glad that I've got information out of you that can probably mess up your little scamming syndicate. It can certainly get a bank account, a fake fraudulent bank account that's used to launder scammers' money shut down or frozen. The sad thing is, wherever he is in Nigeria, he will still be in Nigeria or West Africa. I think he's Nigerian. He mentioned a lot of Nigeria. Oh, it can't. Oh, Mark. Farewell, Auf Wiedersehen. Is that how you spell it? Who cares? I'm sorry if I offend any German people watching. I'm not meaning to misspell. I just can't be fucked Googling the correct spelling. Go have some rest. I didn't... Well, I mean, he might see I'm sorry as an apology, but I mean, I've told him it's over how many times now, and he's still, like Planet Sunshine said, he's like chewing gum stuck to my shoe. At least he came back. I don't have any issue blocking him now that we know he's just going to continue to be this turd. I'll send him a little Sound of Music gif and then I'll block him, I think, because otherwise we're just going to be going around in circles with him for the next 6 months. And let's be honest, I think we've really got... Have a wonderful night. What are you saying to this shitter? And don't forget to think about me. Mate, I'm about to block you from my life. I will never... Gavin, all right, I'll send the... So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen. They spell it differently on the GIF. I just sent him the Sound of Music. I'm going to bed now. Now I can't block him. I need to see what he says to that. Oh, you guys are making this go on longer than he is. Remember, I told you long time ago. You're no good for me, baby. He didn't tell me that, but I wish he'd say that. that if I do not marry you, then I will remain single. Oh, well, being single is not that bad, Mark. Don't worry about it. You'll get used to it. Guess you're going to be single. I mean it. I will always fight for what I love. He has no idea he's about to get blocked. Being single isn't so bad. Life is what you make it. If you think I'm going to give up on you, that's not possible. Dude, I'm going to block you. You have fuck all chance of ever speaking to me again. So, never going to give you up. Never going to let you down. Never going to run around. And, in fact, let's end with Rick Astley, I reckon. Oh, Mark, let it go. You have not gotten my point yet, nor have you gotten mine. It's over. Let it go. Let it go. Oh, I wonder if I can find that one that's got let it fucking go. Although when GIFs became all PC, I think ones like that disappeared. Wash away this feeling. Didn't it suck when they made GIFs PC and all the sweary, rude ones disappeared? Let it go, let it go. You are tired of me. Oh, yes, you are. Yes, she is. That I'm not good enough for you. It sucks that they've got rid of the let it fucking go one. Oh my God, wait till you see what I just sent him. I'm not, yeah, well, you were too hard for me, and you were. I just sent him. I don't care, lol, bye. This is getting better by the second. You do not have to. Oh. Are you mad? Since you call me crazy all the time. I thought I was still on the screen. Guys, we could be up till 4 a.m, which isn't great. I've got to do my first week of another course that I'm doing tomorrow. I'm doing a 3-week company directors course because of a board that I'm on. It's full on. So we have like this training, which I'm actually excited about because I go to the meetings at the moment and I'm like, yeah, this is a lot. So at least if I understand my role as a company director on this board, I think that's going to help a bit. But how's that for an activity tomorrow? Along with recording my podcast, doing the radio segment that I do on ABC 936 Hobart, and more study. In the middle of all of that, I've got to do a director's, pardon me. Love is more than madness. Love is a many splendid thing. Love lifts us up where we belong, Mark, but I'm afraid Noreen don't love ya. She don't love you. She don't love anything about you. She thinks you're a twerp. The same person who do not give a shit about you is the person who stole my heart. Huh? Wait, what? The same person who do not give a shit about you, you mean? Me. You should have said, the same person who do not give a shit about me is the same person. Here, have it back. Oh. How do you, like, do you, I know unrequited love is a painful thing, but this guy's a scammer. This is all just him playing along. But seriously, mate, in the real world, if someone says, I don't love you, it's over. This kind of crazy crap is just, it's not going to make them change their mind. It's just going to make them go, I'm doing the right thing. You're proving what a little whiny man bitch you are. I'm reading a book at the moment about a stalker. It's a fiction book. It's not a, I'm not reading a non-fiction story about a stalker. Creepy. I have, my previous book that I read was non-fiction about a narcissistic prick. So I'm having a break from that and I've gone to fiction and it's about a stalker. And, you know, the whole sort of psychology of stalking, it's like, you know, a person can't let go of someone, so they start stalking them and somehow think that doing that will make them think, she still loves me. I'll get back with her. No, it just makes them go, you're a weirdo and a creep. My heart is with you. And let it remain with, I don't want it. I don't want it. You said third parties in relationships are bad. Your heart is a third party. Take it back, please. Governor, I don't want it. I mean, I'm trying to be as mean as I can for him to just accept it. I love that I don't care, lol, bye. There's still quite a few gifts sitting here that I can use, but you've got to let it go and move on, man. Oh my God, that's a young Lindsay Lohan. Wasn't she gorgeous? What happened to her? She went a bit off the rails, didn't she? What happened to Lindsay? I haven't heard anything about Lindsay Lohan for a long time. Just got to let it go and move on, man. Let it go, let it go. Maybe we should end with this, with let it go. He's just being persistent because, yeah, that's so true. It's amazing, though, how persistent they are. Don't they exhaust themselves? Like, isn't there a point where they go, oh my God, I'm exhausting myself? I've just noticed my AC/DC brand is still down the bottom. How do I get rid of that? It's like from my old channel. Actually, that might be a YouTube setting, I think. Not that it matters. Oh my God, guys, you know how I changed my channel name to Yum Tory because a lot of YouTube creators were calling me Yumters, and it's like, it's Yum Tours, Tory. I go like lanky Tor. Yum Tours. So I changed it to Yum Tory. Anyway, I dropped into Makeup Mobster, I think it was, yesterday, and she's like, Yum Tory? Is that Yumters? Change it back to Yumters. I'm still going to keep calling you Yumters. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. I think I should just change my channel name to Tasmanian Devil and just be done with it. Just leave it at that. ACDC was the Australian controversial drama channel, and then we went live trying to do Australian drama and realised we couldn't do it. And I thought, well, I can't spend the next 10 years on YouTube trying to do drama. It is an emotional roller coaster, but because I kind of decided that this was the end for Mark tonight, it was like, I'm not feeling I'm not reacting at all emotionally. Oh, he's back. Look who's back. Skid Mark's back. Just, at some point, dude, just, where's your dignity? So Gavin is your man. Oops. I didn't even have to tell him I got back together with Bruce. No, but see, Scout Inquirer, your name's great because it's Scout Inquirer. Like, you can't mispronounce that. But I started out with my actual real name, and then everyone in America was getting doxxed, and a few people were like, is that your real name? And it's like, yeah, but I do stand-up comedy, and it's kind of a channel where I want to do comedy, so I need to use my real name to promote. And there were people like Tori Hartman, who I got confused with a lot, who's a published author, so her name is her name on her channel for the same reason. So I was kind of like, I didn't see an issue with that. Anywho, at some point I was like, okay, I might change it. And so then I was Tori in the ACDC, the Australian Controversial Drama Channel, and I realised I couldn't sustain a channel on Australian drama because we can't be fucked. We're too apathetic to be dramatic all the time. Then I went to Right Now with Tori. Oh, then it was Tori and Freddie for a little while, my mate Freddie. And then it was Right Now with Tori because I was just kind of like, hey, this is happening right now. And then it went to Yum Tours, and everyone started calling me Yumters. So then I thought, okay, I'll go to Yum Tory. Yum Tours has been my Instagram handle for a long time, so I kind of went, I'll just go with that. And, I could do everything yum, cooking, driving, showing you Tassie and travels and George Michael's Freedom. I don't feel free yet of this fucker. Yeah, exactly, Aussie flag. We don't give a fuck. And, so then I was like, right, that's it. I'm Yum Tours. And then they all started calling me Yumters. And then I was like, oh. So then I changed it to Yum Tory. And Makeup Mobster was like, I'm still going to call you Yumters. I'm like, oh, okay. I don't know. I mean, I guess when my strike disappears on my other channel, on my main channel, I could think about my final YouTube name, but I want a name that sums everything up. I mean, I do cooking, I show you guys around, I do scam baiting, I do so many different things on my channel. It's really hard to, like, it was so much easier when it was just my name. Maybe that's what I should just go back to. I don't give a shit if I get doxxed. Bring it on. Call my boss. It's me. Get me fired from my job. I have to fire myself. Bring it on. Tell Mike that Gavin has a soft 7 inches. mean, he cared. He. Fuck, not only dumped, but dumped with a dig about his penis size because, yes, he was the soft. Oh, no, he was the hard 5.58. Oh, yeah. You have nothing to say. Then let's just say, Mark, it's time to say goodbye. Time to say goodbye. I can't play that at the end. We played that at my dad's funeral. One of my dad's funerals. That's a story I need to tell you another time. My dad had 2 funerals. But yeah, I'll tell you that story another time. Thank you, Scout Inquiry. Yeah, hit the likes. Well, there's 11 people watching and 11 thumbs up, so I'm pretty happy. Hey, Ruth. Oh, shit, you didn't get a notification. You have to watch this back or play it back. Don't watch it back. Please don't sit at your computer screen watching it for like 3 hours or however long. Where's StreamYard gone? Yeah, nearly 3 hours. Just play it while you're, I don't know, doing the vacuuming or something. I don't say it. You're the one talking. I'm just watching. Creepy. Okay, bye. But basically, in a nutshell, in a summary, in the last 3 hours, another 3 hours to add to the tab of time this fucker I've wasted, we have essentially tried to break up with him over and over and over and over again. Noreen was going to send him money today, but she caught up with the lawyer, Gavin, last night, and he's like, dude, get an IOU, get something in writing. She told Mark about it today. You don't have to vacuum, but you know what I mean. Please don't feel like you need to sit and watch the screen the whole time. But yeah, she ended up telling him she shagged Gavin last night, and he still kept crapping on. I've sent him gifts. We've had songs. We've had everything. And he just kept, like right after I dumped him, I don't know which time it was, the 13th time, he's like, so make sure you deposit the money tomorrow. He's back. I'm just watching. Hey, that was another moment with him. Remember when he was creepy and he wanted to watch me having a shower? And I was like, no spy. I have nothing to say. You keep saying you have nothing to say. That's still saying something. I've given him the So Long Farewell Auf Wiedersehen gift from The Sound of Music. We've had Lindsay Lohan. We've had Let It Go. We've had everything, Ruth. It's been quite a show. Do I just block him? Put a 1 in chat if you think it's time for me to block this motherfucker. Because even when I said choo-choo motherfucker, I got called silly for calling him a motherfucker, which I agreed was sort of silly, but that is normally how we end these sagas. Do I just block him? Have we had enough laughs trying to end this thing? Tony's blowhole made an appearance. Aussie Flag still wants to take him out to Wolf Creek. Mel still hates him because he didn't bring her any KFC. Okay, Mark, the time has come. I've worked out when I block them, that little circle with the M becomes like that. You know, like for a no smoking sign, this circle with the red dash through the middle. So when I upload it to my blog, that's what it will look like. I don't really care, but I can still access the blocked conversation in archives. It doesn't disappear. Seal the portal of Hades that he lives in. Okay, I'm about to seal it. But not before I'm... I'm going to give him a minute to respond to that. See what his last pathetic fighting words are. But thank you, Mark. Thank you for giving me the bank account details, the address, the email addresses, the phone number, all of it. You have been very generous in giving me critical information to pass on to the ACCC Scamwatch division. And as midnight draws near, you have 1 minute to respond. When the clock striketh 11:55, you will be blocked. His little thing on the screen doesn't show that he's read it, but on my phone it does. Your time is right. Oh. Oh, okay. And that's the perfect time to end it. Oh, shit. Options. Where's the actual block feature? I can archive it, but where's the block? People, options. History, notifications, archive, delete. Well, I'm just going to have to hit archive. And just like that, he's gone. With a photo by Emily Chang. Bless you, Emily Chang, for your photo. So that's it. He gone. Oh, sorry about mentioning KFC, Ruth, but I did use your line as a parting one. So, yeah, he's now sitting in... He's still not blocked, though. He's just archived. Anyway, we'll just close out of Hangouts. Good. I will... Yes, let's celebrate. Woohoo! What's a good celebration song to end with? Bye-bye, Skidmark. Celebrate. He gave me a lot. I have the perfect song. I mentioned it earlier. I think this is what we'll go out on.
On McHappy Day, $2 for me.
McHappy Day. I hope you haven't You're not craving McDonald's, anyone? Here we go, everyone. Let's send him out in style. Thanks to everyone who's hung out. Good riddance, Skid Mark. Thanks for everyone who hung out for the entire series, especially to those of you who've hung out for the last 3 hours as well. Thanks to all of my mods. Thanks to everyone that jumped up on panel and read out the role of Mark. Too many names to name them all individually, but I appreciate your involvement. Good night, Ruth Walton. Good night, Scout Inquirer. Good night, Aussie Flag. Yeah, a bit of Green Day. Good night to everyone watching the replay. Good night to everyone who was here earlier who's since gone to bed. Good night, Mark. I think I can block him on my laptop. Thanks, Planet Sunshine. Thanks for hanging out with us. I hope you all have the times of your lives. Good night, Daniel. Good night, Keith. Good night, Gavin. Gavin, I'll be seeing you in bed shortly. Good night to the 5.58-inch penis when erect. And a good night from Braden, Jaden, Bryson, Jason, Tyson, and Dorothy. Stay groovy, everyone, and remember, don't get scammed.